everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dinner with Danielle here on Kosherdotcom. Tonight's dinner is another super basic staple for you. It's for those nights when you want something not heavy and meaty and not something super duper dairy. We're going quiche, baby. That's right. In my mind, quiches are about two things. It's about the filling and it's about the crust. You need a really good crust, but so many crust recipes out there have margarine. This crust recipe is all about the oil. It is 4 ingredients, including oil, water, and salt. So really 1 ingredient. And it's very, very simple to make. Come, I'm gonna show you. Start with a bowl of flour. Add in a pinch of salt for seasoning. Mix that up to get the salt through. Make a little well in the center. We're gonna add in some cold canola oil. Canola oil that I poured into a cup, stuck in the fridge. That's it. Add that right to the center. A few tablespoons of cold water. Gonna reserve a little bit to see how we go. Depending on the humidity in the kitchen, you may need more or less of it. And we're just gonna stir this up. It is literally that simple to make this quiche dough. You don't need any advanced thinking to make this dough. There's no chill time, there's no rest time. You make it and use it. It's literally that easy. Once the dough feels like you can't work it anymore with a spoon, just take some clean hands, get in there, give it a few squeezes until the dough comes together. You're looking for the dough to come together. You don't want it to be too sticky or too dry, something that's really easy to work with. We're just gonna split this in half right now. You can make 2 quiches, or you can take half, wrap it in saran wrap, and stick it in the freezer for the future. Now we need to roll this out, but we want it to transfer really easily into our baking dish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use 2 pieces of parchment paper. And we're gonna roll out the dough in between them. This way, when we're finished, we can lift up the parchment paper and use it to help us get the dough in the pan. Let's get out our rolling pin. It's a really nice dough. It's really, really easy to work with. It's not too sticky. It rolls out super easily because it's not too dry. And it's just a really good blank canvas for all the different flavors you want to put in a quiche. Once you have your dough rolled out to anywhere from 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch thick, we're gonna get it into our pan. This is dinner though, so don't get out a ruler and start measuring the thickness of your pie dough. Whatever it is, it's fine. We're gonna use the bottom sheet of parchment, take it right over our baking dish, and lay it right on top, gently nudging it around the center. Watch this magic. Gently peel away. Boom. Perfect quiche crust every time. So easy, no margarine, so few ingredients, no resting time. There's really no reason not to make this. Peel away any edges. Sometimes I leave the edges because I like when they get crispy and crunchy and carby. They're delicious. You can make it look pretty if you want. We're gonna leave it more rustic. Now it's time to talk about fillings. Let me get this cleaned up. I'll be right back. If you've been hanging out here at Kosherdotcom for a while now, you know that I love everything spinach artichoke. That combination is so yummy and so delicious. See my spinach artichoke burgers? You can use any combination you want. The main measurements you need here are the egg and the heavy cream. Otherwise, you can throw in sauteed mushrooms, you can switch up the cheese, you can put in peppers, you can make a just spinach quiche. There are so many combinations. Really, whatever vegetables you have in your fridge or in your store or in the country you live in, that's as far as you can go with a quiche. It's a blank canvas. So today, back to my love for spinach and artichokes, we're going with that. I have some frozen spinach here that I drained really, really well once it was defrosted. I'm adding in some frozen artichokes. They come as a whole heart. All you do is you trim away any rough spots. You can peel very easily, chop them up. We're gonna add that right to our spinach mixture. I have some mozzarella cheese because that's delicious. We're just gonna put a little bit of that in the mixture because we're gonna save the rest for the top. It's gonna get golden and bubbly. Some Parmigiano Reggiano. Some onion, because everything really needs a little onion. I have my lightly beaten eggs. You really wanna get those beaten before you put those in here. Otherwise, you'll see like some white clumps, that's the egg white, in your mixture. And you really wanna make sure that that's fully blended before you add it to your mixture. Okay. Heavy cream, the good stuff. Not half and half, not skim milk, heavy cream. Give that a mix. Sprinkle of salt, good amounts of salt, and some freshly cracked black pepper. You can go ahead and throw some red chili flakes in here. I won't be upset about it. Give that a really good mix. You want to get everything incorporated. Yum, look at those colors. You could see the giant pieces of artichoke sticking out. That is so delicious. The only thing I'll say for the artichoke is that you might be tempted to use a canned artichoke or a jarred artichoke. It's not recommended. The frozen whole artichoke hearts just have much more artichoke-y flavor. All right, we're gonna get this poured right into our super duper easy quiche dough. There we go. Spread it out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So if you wanted, you could easily double the filling mixture and make two of the spinach artichoke quiches at the same time and pop one in the freezer. Quiche is one of those things that freezes really, really beautifully. So let's say you were gonna make this one night for supper and then you wanted to save it for the end of a fast day or a time where you have a lot of work going on and you need dinners. This is a really good option for that. Okay, we're gonna use the rest of our mozzarella cheese to top the quiche with. Yum. And then our Parmesan. Obviously, if you don't like Parmesan, you could leave it out. I don't know. Is there somebody that doesn't like Parmesan though? That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna pop this into a 350-degree oven for about an hour. Depending on your oven, it could take a little bit longer, a little bit less. You'll see it though. You'll see those edges of crust when they get nice and golden, and when the top of your quiche is golden and you see like little bubbliness from the inside popping out, you know it's done. Once the crust of the pie is lightly golden and you have this really nice brown and bubbly cheesy top, you know that your quiche is done. Pull it out of the oven, let it sit for 2 minutes that everything can tighten and come back together, and then serve it up. I love to serve this quiche with the sumac pickled onions. I love that like bright acidity against the really rich, creamy quiche, but you can do what you want. Every pie is a personal pie if you try hard enough. Serve this baby up and dig in for a delicious light dinner. Thank you so much for joining us for this recipe and more delicious recipes. Be sure to head on over to Kosherdotcom. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.